The St. Croix River Crossing Bridge has been under construction since 2014. But did you know that portions of the bridge are being built right here in South Washington County?
Great Cloud Island, we're casting 656 segments that will be put onto the bridge that will be part of the river span for the new St. Croix River Crossing. So all of these segments are built inside the casting facility. It's a building that's 100 feet wide by 600 feet long, 5 casting beds inside the yard, and then the segments you see behind me are stored here after they're produced, and they're waiting for a shipment down to the project site.
This is a good location because of river access, with the segments being barged down the Mississippi to the St. Croix, then up to the project, a total distance over 30 miles.
It's also good because there's a large area here where we can put the segments as well as the casting yard, and also it's right on the facility where the aggregate is mined. And the aggregate that is mined here is then incorporated into the concrete, which makes up the segments.
The segments at the facility are 18 feet tall, about 48 feet wide, and about 10 feet in depth.
Now the top surface of the segment is the driving surface for the bridge. So cars will actually be driving up on that top surface that we can see on the segments there. So those segments were cast inside the casting yard. They were moved out on a set of trolleys, and then they are picked up by this large shuttle lift that is also right behind me in the picture.
The segments are being cast inside a casting facility that runs 12 months out of the year. The building is heated to 50 or 60 degrees, so then the concrete is able to cure without freezing.
So behind me is one of the 5 casting beds that are here at Great Cloud Island Casting Facility. The quantities of concrete in this segment is approximately 80 cubic yards, which is roughly 8 concrete trucks to fill up one of those segments. It takes approximately 3 hours to 4 hours to pour all of the concrete that's in there. You also see a lot of reinforcement that's tied.
Each segment has about 36,000 pounds of reinforcement that gets installed.
So right behind me is what we call a rebar jig. And this is forms that are made up so that they can pre-tie all of the reinforcement that will go into one of the segments. And as we can see, there's green reinforcement bars and there's some silver bars up at the top. The silver is stainless steel. In any given segment, there's about 16,000 pounds of stainless steel rebar and about 20,000 pounds of green epoxy-coated rebar.
The bridge is now ready to take the segments that are being built here on Great Cloud Island.
The piers themselves are complete, but we are starting segment erection, and it will continue now through the remainder of this year and into the first part of 2016.